look closely. You can see my mouth through my hand. Isn't that weird? Right. Okay, anyway, today I am talking about pistons in Minecraft Pocket Edition. Two things about pistons, one good change and one unfortunate bug that has been afflicting them. And both of these things occurred or started occurring in 0.15.3. Now, first of all, some redstone basics. When you have like a piece of redstone dust like this in this cross shape or in a dot, which the dot shape of redstone does not appear in Pocket Edition, and on Java Minecraft it's literally just the same as the cross shape, just made to look prettier, even though it's a little less representative of how it actually works. But anyway, if you power this redstone dust, as you can see, this dispenser will get activated because it is, of course, pointing in all directions and will power anything this way, that way, that way, and that way, like so, and also below it. And the same thing if the redstone dust is pointing into the dispenser, you can hear it got activated. Now, if you look here, there's a dispenser and a dropper here, and both of them are hooked up to the redstone, or so you might think at first sight if you're not a expert on redstone. But as you can see, listen carefully, no dispenser or dropper sounds. That's because the redstone dust is not being pointed in to the dropper or the dispenser, and therefore they are not being powered. And now it is raining, and that is annoying because I cannot turn off rain because we are not in 0.16.0 yet. But anyway, of course you could do something like this, and as you can see that one got powered because this redstone dust was on top of this block. It strongly powers the block, it weakly powers this block, and it gets activated. But in this case, no power is being transferred to this block. Of course, if we do this, still nothing. It's not pointing into there, but if we do this, they will both get powered because now the redstone dust is pointing into there. Now, an interesting property about repeaters and comparators, and actually also redstone torches, is that all of them will redirect redstone dust. If I place redstone dust here, you can see it's already redirecting it, and it is pointing into there. And same thing for comparators, and same thing for levers, and I believe also buttons and pressure plates. All of those redirect redstone. And previously, pistons acted like droppers and dispensers and redstone lamps and such. They didn't. And so you could have like a line of pistons, then place some redstone across like this, put a lever on the end, power the redstone line, and none of these pistons would get activated. But not anymore. Not since 0.15.3. In that version, that update, they changed pistons. Take a look. It is now redirecting redstone. Pistons will now redirect redstone from every direction except for the side with their head, as you can see. That one's not getting redirected, but here is, there is, and there is. And so as you can see when I power this, both the pistons get powered. And so that is a really nice change. One of the neat things you can do with this new redirection of redstone towards pistons is this. As you can see, I have a lever here, and it is hooked up to this block right here, so it will strongly power the block, which will weakly power this redstone, and then it will also weakly power this redstone, which will in turn then power this block, powering the piston and such. And so, look at that, powering 4 rows of pistons, all with one lever, which is pretty neat. That kind of replaces the quasi-connectivity bug equivalent, where if you did something like this, for example, like that, like so, and then had some redstone up here, and then powered that, powered this line, these pistons would get powered, and due to the quasi-connectivity bug, so would these pistons. And this kind of replaces it. Of course, if you want to do like more pistons than 4, you're going to have to do something like this easy little to do slab stair. And then you can pretty much go to a pretty high height, as you can see, and you could extend this way horizontally as well. So yeah, that works really nicely, and it's all 1 block wide under wiring. So that's really nice. And now, I'm going to get to the bad thing I was talking about at the start of the video. Watch very carefully. If I power this redstone line right here, which one do you think is going to get powered first? Okay, so the one on the left got powered first, and then this one got powered first. Seems to make sense. Now let's power it again. What happened there? That was completely different. Same thing happening, same thing happening. Oh, same different thing. Isn't that interesting? So this is both a problem with pistons, and it's kind of always been a problem with redstone dust in general, is the complete, like, lack of determinism in which one gets powered at first. It's kind of random. I think in Java Minecraft, it is at least predictable for where you build it. If I built this in, like, Java Minecraft, it would always act the same way. Now, what that way will be is very dependent on how it's rotated, where you place it, all sorts of weird stuff like that. But here in Minecraft Pocket Edition, it seems to be a slightly worse. And I'm not sure if that's because of redstone timing, or what appears to be even the real problem, perhaps piston timing. Pistons seem to be just slightly, like, being powered a little too early, or a little too late, or something like that. And it's causing a lot of contraptions to break. For example, if I take a slime block, like the one I can't find right now, of course, and I try to build a standard flying machine, it won't work. Allow me to demonstrate. Doot, doot, doot. Build that, and that, and then I'll build this, and that. Break these. There we go. The simplest flying machine you can make. Normally, if I place a block here, it will start heading in that direction. But let's watch this and see what happens. Okay. Which direction is it heading? Okay, it looks like it's heading that way, right? Okay. Oh, wait. What? Interesting. Hey, look, it's heading backwards now. Isn't that interesting? Depending on where I'm standing and stuff, it seems to change direction. Piston timing seems to be a little random and off. And so this thing doesn't really work. And it's not the only machine affected by this bug. Pretty much every single flying machine seems to be affected by this. Recognize this thing? Okay, I'm going to say two things here. One, I was wrong when I said that this thing might break when they added to change the pistons. I thought it would break because of the redirection of the redstone, but by the piston, but I was actually wrong about that. This block still gets powered by this redstone even though it's redirected. I kind of forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, this thing works fine. Except it doesn't because of that bug I was talking about with the piston timings. It always, like, opens up right, but when you close it, looks like it worked this time. Okay, let's try powering it again. Well, how about that? Look at that inconsistency. Always opens right because it can't go wrong there, but look at that. Maybe it'll work this time? Nope. Let's try it again. Look at that, it worked! As you can see, this piston timing bug where the time seems to be slightly off, and, like, depending on which piston gets powered first, you don't know what's going to happen. There's no way to determine it whatsoever. Piston stair contraptions, piston flying machines, pretty much anything that relies on precise calculations of, like, which piston is going to go up first is going to break. And they've all been broken since 0.15.3, possibly due to some bug fixes involving, like, pistons deleting slime blocks. Like, if you made a flying machine and has a slime block and you tried to push the piston by using slime, here, I'll just build it. It's far easier to build than to try and explain. Let's say, pretend this is a sticky piston. I do something like this. If you activated this, it used to crash before 0.15.3 because this would push out this, which would pull this and this and this and this and this and this block, even though that's the one that's pushing it, and it just causes sort of paradox game crash thing. When they fixed that, I'm not sure how they fixed it, but it seemed to cause this new bug, I think. There were a bunch of other piston bugs too, so it could have been any of the fixes that led to this. But sadly, that is the current state of things for pistons. They are unreliable when you are relying on precise timing. There's no way to tell which piston is going to get activated first anymore. Hopefully this bug will be fixed, but until then, you're just gonna have to deal with your piston contraptions just randomly working and then not working. So those are two things about pistons. One really nice change where the redstone gets redirected to face into them, making some contraptions able to be a lot more compact and such. And one annoying bug that's been annoying me since 0.15.3, and I really hope is going to be fixed in 0.16.0. But we'll just have to wait and see, and I'm actually planning to make a whole video about redstone bugs. 12 of them, in fact, so look forward to that if you like to know about bugs. Um, I'll link a bug report on the official bug tracker. That is, well, this piston bug. So you all can go upvote it and like confirm whether it exists or not in the latest versions whenever like a new version comes out and help out with the bug reporting. So this has been Super Genius Seb. I thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you understand now why this contraption and pretty much everything else is so working weird now. And I will talk to you again in the next video. Goodbye!